Today, on the 18th of November, 2025, we gather here in this heartfelt space to remember and honor remarkable souls who have recently left us, along with those whose legacies continue to inspire. Together, we'll celebrate their journeys and also reflect on WWE legend Becky Lynch's recent struggles that fans everywhere have connected with. Don't forget to subscribe and be a part of our growing family of remembrance and strength. Darren Droz Drozdov, born April 7, 1969, in Mays Landing, New Jersey, lived a life defined by athleticism, perseverance, and an unfaltering spirit. Long before he stepped into a WWE ring, Droz made his mark on the football field. He was a standout defensive lineman at the University of Maryland, a performance that led him to the NFL, where he spent time with the Denver Broncos, New York Jets, and Philadelphia Eagles. His unusual ability to vomit on command earned him the nickname Puke. A moment later highlighted in the documentary, Beyond the Mat, Droz joined WWE in 1998 during the height of the Attitude Era, immediately catching attention with his bold look, tattoos, piercings, and a mohawk that fit right in with the era's rebellious edge. He briefly teamed with the legendary Legion of Doom, taking on the Puke persona in the ring as well. His career was building momentum when tragedy struck on October 5, 1999. A freak accident during a match with D'Lo Brown caused a severe neck injury that left him paralyzed and abruptly ended his wrestling career. Even after the life-changing injury, Droz remained remarkably positive. He continued contributing to WWE through writing and appearances, becoming a symbol of resilience to fans and wrestlers alike. When he passed away on June 30th, 2023 at age 54, tributes poured in celebrating not just his athletic ability, but his courage and kindness. Droz's legacy is rooted in strength, optimism, and the impact he had on everyone who crossed his path. Proof that even a short career can leave a lasting mark. Katsuya Kitamura, born on December 14, 1985, was a gifted Japanese professional wrestler whose life and career ended far too soon when he passed away at just 36. Despite his short time in the spotlight, Kitamura left a lasting impression on the wrestling world through his tremendous strength, athletic background, and undeniable presence in the ring. He began his career in Japan, eventually rising to prominence during his time with New Japan Pro Wrestling, NJPW. There, he quickly became known for his explosive power and natural charisma. His strong foundation in amateur wrestling played a major role in shaping his in-ring style, giving him both technical skill and physical confidence. Whether competing in singles bouts or working alongside partners in tag team matches, Kitamura always brought intensity, energy, and genuine passion to every performance. But what truly set him apart wasn't just his physical talent, it was his personality. Those who worked with him often spoke highly of his kindness, humility, and incredible work ethic. He pushed himself constantly, always striving to grow, improve, and deliver memorable matches for fans. Supporters admired his determination, and many believed he was on the path to becoming one of the next big stars in Japanese wrestling. His sudden passing sent shockwaves through the wrestling community, leaving fans and colleagues heartbroken over the loss of someone with so much potential and heart. Though his career was brief, the mark Katsuya Kitamura left behind remained significant. His dedication, spirit, and love for wrestling continue to inspire up-and-coming athletes in Japan and around the world. The Iron Sheik, born on March 15, 1942, in Tehran, Iran, was far more than just a professional wrestler. He was a larger-than-life personality whose influence stretched well beyond the ring. He passed away at 81, leaving behind a legacy that still resonates with fans around the world. Before he ever stepped into the spotlight of American wrestling, he was a highly skilled amateur wrestler in Iran, competing in major international tournaments. His talents eventually led him to the United States in the 1970s, where he made the leap into professional wrestling. It didn't take long for him to stand out. With his bold presence, trademark mustache, and traditional Iranian attire, he crafted a villainous persona that fans loved to hate, but couldn't ignore. The 1980s marked the height of his fame, especially during his run with the World Wrestling Federation, now WWE. His heated rivalries, most famously with Hulk Hogan, made for unforgettable moments that helped shape the direction of wrestling at the time. Known as a two-time world heavyweight champion, he backed up his character with genuine athletic skill, earning respect from both fans and fellow wrestlers. Though his character was built on controversy and theatrics, the Iron Sheik himself became a beloved figure. Later in life, he connected with a new generation through his unfiltered humor and memorable social media presence, which showcased his sharp wit and charismatic storytelling. The Iron Sheik's imprint on wrestling culture is undeniable. His passion, showmanship, and fearless personality made him one of the sport's most iconic figures. Someone who will be remembered not just for his in-ring achievements, but for the unforgettable spirit he brought to the world of entertainment. Brian Pillman, born on October 27, 1962, was a standout professional wrestler whose energy and personality made him unforgettable. He broke into the wrestling world in the late 1980s, quickly gaining attention in the National Wrestling Alliance, NWA, and later in World Championship Wrestling, WCW. Fans were drawn to his fast-paced, high-flying moves, and he soon earned the nickname the Loose Cannon for his unpredictable, wild, and often shocking behavior. Both on screen and behind the scenes, Pillman's career hit another level in 1996 when he joined the World Wrestling Federation, WWF. Known for pushing boundaries, he took part in some of the company's most controversial storylines. One of the most talked about moments involved him brandishing a gun during a televised segment, an angle that blurred the line between reality and entertainment in a way few had dared before. His fearless approach helped usher in the edgier, more adult-oriented style that wrestling would embrace throughout the late 90s. Sadly, Pillman's life and career were cut tragically short just weeks after signing a new contract with the WWF. He was found dead in his hotel room at only 34 years old. His death, ruled an accidental overdose, sent shockwaves through the wrestling community. Even though his time in the spotlight was brief, Brian Pillman left a powerful legacy. His innovative style, commitment to character, and deep connection with fans influenced countless wrestlers who followed today. He's remembered not just as a performer, but as a trailblazer who helped change the direction of professional wrestling. Born Rebecca Quinn on January 30th, 1987, in Limerick, Ireland, Becky Lynch's earliest years were marked by a love of movement, athletics, stories, and the kind of big emotions that live inside classic action films. That blend of physical energy and imagination pushed her toward wrestling long before she ever stepped foot in a ring. At just 15 years old, while many teenagers were still trying to understand themselves, Lynch was already stepping into training halls, absorbing the basics from Irish wrestlers who recognized her passion. Her early training wasn't glamorous. It was cold gyms, long nights, bumps, bruises, and the kind of self-doubt that every athlete knows too well. But she kept going. By the time she traveled to the United States and Japan to continue sharpening her craft, Lynch had already shown a rare kind of persistence, the sort that comes from a place deeper than ambition. It comes from purpose. Those years on the independent circuit didn't bring instant fame or financial stability. Instead, they brought experience, resilience, and the early seeds of a wrestler who would one day reshape the industry. Arriving in WWE, building from the ground up. When Becky Lynch finally arrived in WWE's developmental brand, NXT, in 2013, she walked into a world filled with possibility, but also intense pressure. The developmental system is where dreams go to be tested. Every day is an audition, every match a message, every promo a chance to stand out or disappear into the background. Lynch started small, slowly shaping the character and voice that would later define her. At the time, women's wrestling was only beginning to break out of the limitations it had been held under for decades, and Lynch felt the weight of that history. The grind was real: long training sessions, travel, performance expectations, and the constant challenge of trying to remain financially stable while still working her way toward the main roster. But with every obstacle came new determination. When she finally stepped onto the main WWE stage, she was no overnight success. She was a woman who had fought through a decade of uncertainty to get to the moment the world finally saw her, breaking through, becoming a champion and a symbol. In 2016, Becky Lynch became the inaugural SmackDown Women's Champion, but that moment was only the beginning of her rise. Her transformation into the man in 2018 marked a cultural shift in WWE, a turning point that allowed millions of fans, especially women and girls, to see strength, confidence, and rebellion in a character who felt both bold and deeply human. Yet behind the fire of the man was a real person working through the exhausting demands of fame. The schedule was relentless, the physical toll significant, and the responsibility of carrying a major part of WWE's women's division only grew heavier as her popularity exploded. Still, Lynch rose to every challenge, eventually becoming one of the first women to ever headline WrestleMania in 2019. Her presence in mainstream media, interviews, and best-selling books only expanded her reach, proving that she wasn't just a wrestler, she was a voice that resonated far beyond the ring. And though fans saw her triumphs, they rarely saw the quieter moments of fatigue, the mental strain of non-stop performance, or the emotional balancing act that comes with living a public life. Stepping away, understanding the 2024 to 2025 hiatus. The summer of 2024 brought a shift that many fans hadn't expected. Becky Lynch stepped away from WWE as her contract expired. While the wrestling community buzzed with speculation, the truth is often far simpler and more human than rumors suggest. After years of constant travel, high-impact performances, and living under the spotlight, stepping back can be a necessary act of self-care. Professional wrestlers face enormous physical strain, emotionally draining schedules, and the constant uncertainty of contract cycles and creative directions. For someone like Lynch, who had given so much of herself to her craft, taking nearly a year away may have been less about drama and more about breathing space. It's also natural that time off can create financial pressures for athletes who rely on active schedules, endorsements, or appearances. Though nothing public indicates Lynch struggled personally. Still, the fear of losing momentum or position is a very real emotional weight for any wrestler on hiatus, especially in an industry that moves forward quickly and without hesitation. Rumors, realities, and the weight of public expectation. Whenever a major star steps away, rumors tend to fill the silence. Some suggested creative frustrations, others whispered about backstage tension, and still others speculated about personal challenges or changes in WWE's internal landscape. But speculation often says more about the industry than it does about the individual. The wrestling world thrives on storytelling, even when the cameras are off. Behind the scenes, creative directions shift constantly, new talent emerges, and long-term plans change with little notice. For a veteran like Becky Lynch, navigating those changes can be emotionally draining. Public figures also face the added pressure of fan expectations, and the reality is that no performer, no matter how successful, can avoid the self-doubt that comes from wondering where they fit in a changing world. Rather than leaning on unverified claims, it's important to acknowledge more universal truths. Taking time off can create financial uncertainties. Stepping back from constant physical performance can bring both relief and anxiety. And re-entering an environment as competitive as WWE brings emotional complexity, even for the most celebrated athletes. Returning in 2025, a different WWE and a new climb. Becky Lynch's return in 2025 was met with excitement, curiosity, and an undeniable sense of questioning. During her absence, WWE's landscape had shifted dramatically. New champions had risen, popular rivalries developed, and stars like Rhea Ripley, Bianca Belair, and Liv Morgan had stepped fully into the spotlight for Lynch. Walking back into the company meant facing a division that had evolved without her. Re-establishing herself in such an environment isn't just a matter of winning matches. It's about reconnecting with fans, finding renewed creative direction, and proving that her voice still belongs at the top of the global wrestling conversation. And while fans often assume that legendary status guarantees comfort, the reality is that athletes returning from time away often grapple with uncertainty, financial considerations, concerns about physical readiness, and the emotional challenge of rebuilding momentum. Lynch's commitment to returning shows resilience, but it also reflects the very human struggle of stepping back into a role after the world has changed, balancing motherhood, marriage, and a demanding career. Away from the cameras, Becky Lynch is a mother and a partner, roles she embraces with pride and love. Married to fellow WWE superstar Seth Rollins since 2021, the two welcomed their daughter later that year. Parenthood brings joy, but it also brings responsibilities that don't pause just because someone is famous. Balancing family life with a career as demanding as professional wrestling requires immense emotional strength. The travel schedule alone can create strain. Long hours on the road mean missing milestones, family moments, and the quiet hours of everyday life. Many parents in high-pressure careers experience stress, exhaustion, and even financial recalibration as they work to build a stable future for their children. And though Lynch has never publicly stated any personal struggle in these areas, speaking broadly, any working parent in a taxing, unpredictable profession can experience worry about time management, physical burnout, and maintaining financial security in a constantly changing industry. For Lynch, returning to the ring means navigating this complex balance with care and intention. A wrestling world in transition. Beyond Becky Lynch, as an individual, the wrestling industry itself has changed significantly. WWE is no longer the singular dominant force it once was. Companies like AEW and other promotions around the globe have shifted the competitive landscape. Corporate restructurings, creative changes, evolving audience priorities, and global expansion efforts have all altered the nature of working within WWE. For returning stars, this can create both opportunity and stress. The increased competition across companies means more places to work, but also more pressure to remain relevant, marketable, and creatively compelling. Wrestlers must continually reinvent themselves while also navigating contract negotiations, brand decisions, health maintenance, and financial planning. In this shifting environment, Becky Lynch's return carries both excitement and uncertainty. The same qualities that made her a trailblazer in the women's division now become tools she must use to carve out her future in an industry that refuses to stand still. Looking ahead, uncertainty, possibility, and reinvention. As Becky Lynch steps into the next phase of her career, the future remains open and full of questions. Can she reclaim her place at the forefront of WWE's women's division? Will she reshape her persona once again? How will she balance family, career demands, and the personal needs that come with life outside the spotlight? These questions aren't signs of weakness. They're reflections of a real human being navigating change. The wrestling world is fierce, unpredictable, and emotionally intense, and returning to such an environment after time away requires courage. While rumors may swirl, the truth is grounded in something far more universal. Every performer, no matter their success, faces crossroads where identity, ambition, health, finances, and emotional well-being all intersect. What we do know is that Becky Lynch has never been defined solely by her victories. Her power comes from her ability to evolve. And as she steps forward in 2025 and beyond, that evolution continues. What lies ahead may be uncertain, but one thing is undeniable. Becky Lynch is far from finished, and her story, human, complex, and inspiring, is still being written.